Anyone who has ever played video games has heard these words before. Games are a waste of time. Maybe you heard it from your friends, your family, or maybe even a significant other. I don't know who said it to you, but I know you've heard these words before. You've been shamed for enjoying your hobbies. Like me, you probably grew up loving video games, spending large amounts of time playing your favorites. And the thing is, you probably also got ridiculed for doing so. The pain you might have felt being on the back end of crude remarks and feeling like a disappointment must have hurt. I know, because it did for me. Well, I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. You aren't wrong for enjoying your hobbies. You aren't wrong for spending your time how you do, and you aren't wrong for playing video games. And I'm gonna tell you why. Hey everyone, my name is Yassine. I also go by the gamer tag Abano, and I'm a student at Winthrop University studying psychology on a full ride for playing League of Legends. I make videos about achieving excellence in the digital era. That comes in the form of self-improvement, mental health and well-being, psychology and neuroscience, and on the digital side of things, excellence in digital wellness and learning, creation, branding, and even consumption, like gaming and anime. Ever since video games have entered the mainstream, they've been demonized left and right. From people believing that they cause violence to believing that they're from the devil. Despite all the negative beliefs about video games, there can be some great benefits. Notice the word choice though, I said can. Video games are a double-edged sword, and just as with anything, they should be engaged with in moderation. Unless you have like a good reason to spam that shit, like you're a streamer or like you're actually pretty close to going pro and it's like your livelihood. Otherwise, come on. One of the greatest potential benefits is one that I can vouch for with my own experience, that being esports.
71 million watched it last year. They reckon it's going to, by 2017, it'll be 145 million people watching it.
They're actually giving college scholarships for video gaming.
You're kidding.
And it's even gone to the point that now the government has acknowledged professional video gamers as athletes.
Video games are becoming a real sport, with gamers being considered real athletes. I know, because I've been one. Just like regular sports, there is success to be had being an esports player. The salaries can be really great, and the glory of becoming the best can be super fulfilling. To put it in perspective, the video game that I play, League of Legends, has had viewership rivaling the Super Bowl. Something that might be a little bit more realistic for the average person though, at least if you're a little bit younger, is becoming a collegiate player such as myself. There's a rise of collegiate esports, with many colleges beginning to offer students great benefits for being a player. Similar to that of being a D1 football athlete, you can earn a full ride by playing for a college as an esports athlete, as I do myself. I no longer play on the varsity team, but I still retain my benefits. Collegiate esports can open the same doors that regular sports can, and I'm evidence of that. If it wasn't for me spending so much time playing video games during my upbringing, I definitely wouldn't have gotten this chance. And I might not have even gone to university. Not everyone has the opportunity to go pro or play for a college. It takes a lot of time, skill, and dedication to build yourself up there to really be that good. But that isn't to say that that's the only thing worthwhile about gaming. The lives of us as a society has become more and more digital, increasing more the longer we go down this path of technological advancement. We are in the digital era, with everything being online and somehow connecting to the internet. That goes for a variety of things. Work, relationships, education, entertainment, shopping. These are all things that can be done completely online without setting your foot out the door. Despite this instant availability to others, there has been a major problem that has risen to new heights as a result. We are living in an epidemic of loneliness. Our generation is one of the loneliest generations in recent history. This dude solves my loneliness. Bruh. NPR has reported that young people aged 15 to 24 had 70% less social interaction than people 2 decades ago. People have been using social media as a replacement for in-person relationships. And a lot of the time, that kind of connection is lower quality. This is where I bring gaming into the picture. Many people, myself included, use games as a way to spend time with others. I honestly can't count the amount of late nights I've spent gaming with the boys. Like, I grew up on that. And some of my best memories with them come from playing games. Growing up, spending hours playing high rounds on Call of Duty Zombies. Like, dog, those were the days. That was the era. And it hasn't completely left us. Even if the games we play are different, it's still the same thing at heart. It's still the same core. Even now, as I've grown older, we still use games to spend time with each other. And Even though it's not in person, the kind of connection you can get is honestly really high quality. If you've ever played games with your friends, I'm sure you know what it feels like. Those times where you laugh until you can't breathe and just enjoying the company of your friends. Like that, these are times to be remembered. And even more so, gaming can bring you together with new people and new communities. I've made incredible friendships that I would never have otherwise made if not for playing video games. I would never have met some of the people that supported me through tough times, that encouraged my growth, and that opened new doors of opportunity. There are countless different communities and groups that someone can involve themselves with. There's a place for everyone, no matter who you are. Human beings are social creatures. Our very existence depends on the connections that we have. We don't work well alone. But even when we are alone, video games can serve as an incredible coping mechanism. People connect to characters and stories in video games and just immerse themselves into the world. There are problems and hardships in everyone's lives. That's a given. And I'm not saying to use video games as a complete escape from your problems. You shouldn't just avoid them, but to use games as a system to help through pain and suffering that isn't particularly harmful. Plenty of people look forward to getting home and playing video games after a long days of work. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you could say maybe they didn't get enough work done during that day, but not every day should be like that. If you get all your work done, or all the work that you're satisfied with, you deserve to do what you want to do. You deserve to play games. That's what you wish. I myself have used gaming as a coping mechanism to get through dark times. Immersing myself in another world and another experience helped me keep my mind out of the darkness. A coping mechanism like gaming shouldn't be used just to avoid your problems, which I know a lot of people do, but there might be some merit to their ability to solve problems, not just for coping. There is a phenomenon that has been going around for some time now, involving the genre-defining game series Dark Souls. Dark Souls has a reputation for being one of the hardest and unrelenting games in modern times, and it now has a reputation for saving people's lives. People say that Dark Souls is the final boss of video games. You have to respect each enemy because each one can be your downfall. Each one is like their own boss, low-key. And there is no easy mode. There is no difficulty meter at all. And because of that, there is no failing your way through Dark Souls. The game forces you to get good if you want to progress. Where other games are designed to be beaten, this game is designed to beat you. It sits there in front of your face, challenging you to beat it or to die trying. And the more you play it, and the more you inevitably fail, the more you start to get a grasp on the systems at play. The right time to dodge, the right time to hit, the right time to parry. The more you fail and the more you try, the more comfortable you get. You become more comfortable with the thought of failure. And because of that, you become better. You're no longer scared of dying. And that failure stops to impede on you. The thought of failure no longer stops you from moving forward. And because of that, you become better. Just like life. And just like in life, failure is part of the process. In order to get good at something, you first have to be bad at that thing. Everyone starts somewhere. Everyone has that first baby step. Getting better at Dark Souls increases your self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a person's belief in their ability to achieve a task or to complete a goal. In other words, it's your perception of how good and how able you are to do something specific and achieving results that you want. This isn't to be confused with self-esteem, which is a general perception and confidence that you have of yourself or of your worth. Though they are different, both can bleed into each other and influence one another. So what's actually good about improving your self-efficacy towards Dark Souls? Like, what do you get out of it? Like, your self-efficacy about your ability to beat a Dark Souls game does not translate into your self-efficacy about being successful in life. And it won't automatically make you think that you can do anything, but it might help your life in more ways than you think.
Of course, self-efficacy in Souls games is not the same thing as self-efficacy in life, right? This does not translate to being a good conversationalist or even a good person. Well, yeah, winning here won't fix your problems, but the efficacy from it may be more generalizable than you think. One study found that self-efficacy training in a sample of women increased self-efficacy perceptions not only for self-defense skills, but also across a handful of things like sports competencies and coping skills. In another 2011 meta-analysis, researchers found that in patients with high blood pressure, higher self-efficacy was associated with self-care behaviors like medication adherence, physical activity, and dietary changes. Our confidence in one task, it seems, often bleeds into other domains of our life.
Having strong self-efficacy has also been shown to reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and worry. But what is it about Dark Souls that's different than, say, beating any other game and feeling that sense of accomplishment? It's because of something called attributions. Attributions can either be internal or external. So let me explain the difference. Think of a time that you were really proud of yourself for accomplishing something, specifically something of your own merit. Getting accepted into a job, doing well on a test, getting yourself in shape. These are things that you did. These are internal attributions, that you as an individual are the cause of the event through your own behaviors. An external attribution would be when the cause of an event isn't based off of your own behavior. The real cause is something external, not yourself. Getting a bonus because the whole company did well at work, not because of your own performance specifically, because of all the departments performing well in the entire company. Or think of the whole class getting extra credit just because everybody did well on the test. It doesn't have to be only positive things either. When I play a claw game and I evidently lose, it's because the machines are rigged, not because I'm super bad at claw machines. I'm kind of goated, no cap. But the difference here is whether the attribution, the reason something happens, comes from you or not. Neither is good or bad, they're just situational. Plenty of games are made to be easy so that anyone can enjoy them, and there's nothing wrong with that. Dark Souls games, though, are games that you know are hard. Everyone knows they're hard. When you win, you can't put the cause in the game being too easy. There's just too much evidence saying otherwise. So when you do beat it, when you do persevere, it's because of your own merit, your own effort, your own skill. You can confidently attribute your victory to yourself and not some external force. Mastery experiences are the most prevalent sources of gaining self-efficacy. And seeing for yourself that you've mastered a Souls game proves that you can do it. You can best your demons. You can overcome. Not because the game is too easy, not because you lucked your way out. No, these games are made for you to know that deep down you are victorious because of you. In my own experience, I believe the same can be said about competitive games. Although I don't believe comparison to other people is healthy. The feeling of hitting a high rank in a competitive game is one of those moments that really boosts self-efficacy. You're proven to be better than not just the game, but than actual real people doing the same thing as you. And you did it by your own skill. The first time I hit Challenger in League of Legends was a moment just like that. I really felt like I was capable, that I had the ability to be incredible by my own hard work and determination. And what do you know, that feeling has helped me in my life. I don't feel like there are things that are too much to handle or things that are too hard to rise above. I know that isn't completely just from being good at League of Legends, being good at video games, whatever. And things in real life are not equivalent to being good at games. But you can be damn sure that that principle still applies. But seriously, getting that good at a game requires a lot of time and dedication. And if you've done it once, you know you can do it again. You can do what you did to get good at the game. To get good at anything else, it requires time, dedication, and effort. It means that you know how to get good at anything you do. You know because you've proven to yourself that you've done it before. Reasons like this are why competitive games will always be close in my heart. And everyone has greatness within them. It just takes great effort to get there. That's everything for now. Hope you enjoyed and that you're able to take some of the value from this video. Appreciate the good things from gaming, the experiences, the connections, and the benefits from overcoming adversity. Catch you next time, and remember to keep moving forward. See you later.